Joe, congratulations, fabulous result, great performance. Just sum it up for us.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm really happy with the performance, but I'm one of those. The result is all that matters. So to get a good performance on the back of a good result is really pleasing. You know, I felt good going on stage. I felt good in the practice room, which is, you know, I felt bad. You know, sometimes, and it's one of those when you go up stage, you don't really know what's going to happen. But I felt really good tonight. You know, the whole process.
You seemed fired up on stage as well. We saw some big celebrations from you. Really fancied it out there.
Yeah. Obviously, Ross he gave a few big celebrations, but I don't think it was anything to me. I think he was trying to get himself G'd up a little bit, especially after the first set. You know, a couple of 180s, he gave it some, and you know, I understand that. You know, I've done the same myself, but yeah, it's Ross. Once he gets in, he scores for fun. So it puts a lot of pressure on you to get in yourself. So it's I think that's what it was all about. I think I got in pretty well, and I think my double at the end was pretty good. I think I had not the best second set, but after that, I think I played well.
How important was it for you to back up that semi-final with the match play here as well at the earliest opportunity?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's one of those. If you get the semis of a big tournament, especially something like the World Match Play or the World Championships, you want to do well the next TV event, and if you sort of go out first round, you know, with a win, it takes a little bit of gloss off it, to be honest. So to back that up with a quarter final here and hopefully more, you know, I'm the same as the last 8 that's left in. You know, I want to lift the trophy on Sunday.
How much of the atmosphere changes in the practice room when Michael crashes out? Because he's still got that aura around him.
It normally would if he was on like first, but it was only me and Ross left in there. But no, he has. You know, I've seen a couple of interviews with himself and other players saying that he's the man to beat. But yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't rather play Chris. You know, because I would. He's not as good a player as Michael van Gerwen. I think Chris will admit that, and I think a lot of people would. So. But Chris is a fantastic player and an even better lad, you know, as you know yourself. So I'll be looking forward to it and I'll be up for it. Obviously,
I know you said you'd rather play Chris, but now does your thought process change because Michael's out as well? Is the tournament like wide open and do you believe you can win it even more, perhaps?
No. I think maybe slightly it would if it was a normal competition. But I've always said double start is a massive thing. If you can get away, you know, your first 2 darts especially, it's a massive leveler, and I think Michael struggled tonight. You know, obviously he missed both twice for a 9-darter and ended up losing the game. And I don't think his average was too great neither, which suggests that he struggled to get off, which is a massive thing. It's all about getting off, no matter who you play.
Joe, many congratulations.
Nice one, thanks Phil.
Joe, Ross is a massive scorer, but you're a big scorer yourself. Are you pleased with how you scored tonight?
Yeah, I think a couple of times he puts one in the treble and you're just expecting the next 2 to follow. And I think a couple of times I followed his 180s with a 180 and it was a little pivotal part of the leg. So yeah, I think that sort of comes a little bit with experience. You know, in the past, you know, when you're first starting out, you're finding your feet. I don't think I'm like that anymore. And like I say, I think a couple of times he hit a 180, I hit one on the back, and I think I won the leg as well. But it's all about the doubles. Start and end of the leg. It's really tough.
You're touching on experience there. You've obviously got a major title under your belt now. Do you think players are looking at you and thinking you can go out there and have these big performances? A little bit like Phil mentioned earlier with Michael.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't care. You know, it's all about me in my eyes. You know, I don't go up on stage thinking, oh, you know, I need to do this to maybe take that away from him. No, it's all about me. I've always been of the opinion, and a lot of players are the same. If I play well, I win. If I don't play well, I might not win. But I might, you know, scrape the odd result here and there. But I feel in a good place. You know, it's pretty straightforward on Tuesday against Mike. Well, the scoreline suggested so anyway. And the scoreline suggested it was straightforward. It was far from that tonight.
Does the approach change at all with it being Chris rather than Michael van Gerwen?
No, I don't think the approach changes. I think your mindset changes slightly.
Yeah.
But I think it would maybe change slightly if they played after I played. You know, I obviously knew before I went on stage that Chris was waiting, the winner of me and Ross. So yeah, it's one of those. Chris is a fantastic player. He's had a great year so far. A lot similar to myself last year. So it should be a great game because he's a great lad.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Joe, how confident are you that you can back this up now? Because if you do, you're going to be very difficult to beat.
Yeah. It's just about getting away. Really, honestly, it's such a cliche, but if you don't get away, you can't score. And I knew that with Ross, and Ross seemed to get away with his first 3 darts a lot of the times, and then piled in the scoring. So it's all about, you know, staying with people and then them little openings, you know, putting a big score in and putting them under pressure.
The draw's really opened up now. How big a game is it for both you and Chris in the quarterfinals?
Yeah, and you say the draw's opened up, but I don't think it has. You know, Michael's lost, fair enough, but you know, the other side of the draw, it's Luke Humphries and Peter Wright. I'm not sure where Luke is, but I think he's top 5 maybe. So yeah, it's two of the top 5. So it's not open as much as you suggest.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Joe, you mentioned the format there, but it was a 94 average still, which is great in this format. How did you feel up there on the board? Did you feel it was that good?
Yeah, I knew I was playing well. I was actually surprised that I think Ross was down at 89. I was actually surprised at that because Ross seemed to play better, you know, than that suggests. But yeah, averages aren't on trophies, you know. That's what I'm saying.
You won 3-1, but you've had to come from 2-0 down in the final set there.
Yeah.
How did you feel it would have changed if Ross had got that leg in knee and it was 2-2?
I actually thought to myself at 2-0 down, I'm going to win 3-1. It's a really sort of surreal thing because I think as a player, not just me, I think Ross did the same. You sort of get to 2-0 and think, right, I can relax a little bit now because I've got a little bit of breathing space. But I think that was sort of detriment to him, and I think I may be wrong, but I think the 3 legs when I was 2-0 down, I got off first start and hit sort of a ton plus, and it piles massive pressure on your opponent.
So you made the quarter-final now. In terms of ranking majors, this is your 4th quarter-final in 12 months, whereas in the previous 14 years you only made 6. What is different in the past 12 months that is making you reach the back end of these TV tournaments more consistently?
Yeah, I think it's just experience, really. It's one of those when you start as a youth sort of coming up, you don't really. When people say, "Oh, he's experienced, he's sort of old man," that sort of thing. You don't sort of buy into it. But then once you've got the experience, I know I'm still relatively young in terms of darts, but I think once you've got the experience, you sort of know what they mean a little bit, and I think that's what it is. I think you know, Mike De Decker played well against me at the match play and here. But it was just, I think that little bit of experience got me over the line, and maybe it did tonight, I'm not sure.
Joe, well done. Thank you.
Thanks.